I mean, well, I think that was partly it too. Like I said, I had planned out this civilization or this society or Earth and quite a few others. There's supposed to be more, though. I mean, there's supposed to be more spaceships, more this, more that. So it's not quite complete, I guess, because there are spaceships out in the galaxy and the universe, and so it's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, high-tech civilization, all that stuff. But like I said, I planned the galactic flyby of two galaxies. Well, they're a space clock, but basically it was planned that these two galaxies, the Milky Way and the other galaxy, my second galaxy, would actually pass by each other. Like I said, I created a lot of other galaxies, and like I don't think that these are even the first ones. I think these are like quite a like fourth ones or whatever. It takes a lot of time to actually create a galaxy, believe it or not. A fair amount of time anyway. It's not you don't just snap your fingers. It's not like Star Trek where you snap your fingers and there's a galaxy. It's more like, there's a lot of stuff involved. Lot. Like that's another thing like a lot of the people like JFK, Jimmy Carter, and Richard Nixon, they thought that it was just like you just put it in the computer, give me a galaxy, and like it's like no, not really. It's hard to get to my level. And I was already on my level long before with other life forms. So anyway, and realistically, they're just trying to kill me anyway because it was so well planned out, and pretty much you really don't have to do much. Like all the police departments were planned out, all the fire hydrants, everything was already planned out, and really all they had to do is just not fuck it up. Like I said, drug facilities, some jail time. I mean, realistically, there's no point in breaking any laws, and pretty much it's just a freaky fun time for everyone. Even like I did do modest dresses. It's true. Like I said, back in 1980 something, I had everyone wearing modest dresses, but we were trying to increase the clothing too. Like the clothing technology just wasn't there, and the mass production just wasn't quite there. I mean, it takes a lot. It's hard to clothe 7 billion people. So, like, it's not exactly an easy task to actually say, "Oh, I'm gonna clothe the whole world." That's not. That's actually one of the harder things I did, and I'm gonna put 14 shoes out in the world. Like that's like a lot of that's just insane amounts of production. 14 billion shoes, and that's if everyone only has one pair of shoes. If you have two pairs of shoes, well, you can just do the math of how many shoes that is. Like I said, I planned to shoe. I wanted to shoe everyone, and put clothes on everyone's back. At least 5 pairs of clothes for everything. And so my Germans were actually working on doing all that and figuring all that out. And it was a quite involved thing, like figuring that everyone's going to have at least 5 pairs of shirts and 5 pairs of pants. And then it's just a matter of what kind of pants. So by the time we figured out how to make that many clothes, well, I figured we'd probably know what exactly we were going to make. Believe it or not, like I say, I was actually working on the mass production of the items before I actually had it nailed down about the clothing. We actually didn't know what we were going to make. We just knew we were going to make something. We were going to have to make a lot of it. So we started building like crazy. Like I say, Germany. And like I say, the most amount of money that I ever spent was actually on Germany. At first, I dumped a lot of money into Germany, basically like mega city. And that's why a lot of people wanted to rush it because like it was literally the most best, nicest place on earth for the longest time. Like everything was perfect. The best water system, best everything. So it was quite an oyster to take down, basically. But I mean, that's just one city. There's a lot of other cities. So anyway, like I said, I didn't have it quite this far along. I actually had it lot less. But that's the way life is. You build something and build a few things, and then sooner or later, everyone gets the idea, and then they start actually just going for it. Which is pretty much what happened. We built quite a few of the early buildings, and then after a while, the children just said, "Oh, okay, let's do it. Let's do it right," and they just started going for it. So, like I say, I'm not responsible for all the buildings, like just a lot of the early first ones, and then after that, and there was a lot of money. I didn't really. I actually expected to go bankrupt, like I said, or not really bankrupt because, like I said, we grew our own food. We did our own stuff. It was more a matter of if my people could just survive that long, then it wouldn't be a big deal. But of course, I didn't anticipate for everyone to get as many cars in the world as there are. But then again, wasn't really planning for this many people. I was actually thinking about a small civilization, but the way, well, I mean, I've learned my lesson before. Like I say, I've left life forms on a planet, and you leave them on a planet, and then you cruise away, and then I'd come back to check on them, and they would have cruised or left or something like that, and sometimes just cruised off into space. And it's like, where'd they go? That's weird. So, I mean, like, it's happened where I left a colony on a planet and they actually just like left. It's like, that's strange. There was a colony here. Did they die? There's no evidence of bones or anything else like that. Like they just got up and left or disappeared. Like I forget exactly. It was a long time ago, and it only happened like once or twice. So I was like, that's strange. But I guess they found a better planet or something like that. I was worried about them having died. It's like, oh no, somebody killed my life forms. What happened to them? They were right here. So that's happened before to me, where I've gone to go check back on a colony, and it's like they're not there anymore. Where could they have gone? Like, I mean, I was wondering. Like, I wondered about it. I was like, they like that's just ridiculous that they all just left. Anyway, I don't really remember. It was a long, long time ago, like back in the early days, like literally like 20 trillion years ago. It would happen. But then again, there wasn't quite as much matter. Like I said, the galaxy of the universe is actually increasing in matter. Not really exponentially, but quite a bit more. That was one of the big debates a long time ago. Like I've said, is that a lot of people said that there was only so much sunlight left. There's only so much water. There's only so many planets in the universe. It's like, well, not really. They're increasing tenfold, or at least quite a bit, doubling every couple. Like with this many stars and this many suns and this many galaxies, we're putting out a lot of matter. I mean, it only gets you like 1% off the sun or 4% off the sun, but it adds up when you have this many stars like creating particles. It's a lot of particles drifting around. Technically, each galaxy is its own little self-contained thingy, but anyway, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that people don't even really have to worry about, but it's true. So, anyway, long time ago. Like I say, I'm more or less just waiting to die. I'm bored. Like normally, like my life would be pretty intense, you might say, just like going from planet to planet, dealing with this problem, dealing with that problem, trade disputes, territory disputes. It's yeah, I mean, spending money like water, basically, or whatever. Once I got the financial system going, like spending money was easy. Like all these cities, I invested in almost every place. Some of them got blown up though, but oh well. It happens. That's why I say if no one if everyone just relaxed and just not shot anyone, like there'd be metropolises everywhere, mega cities. But there was a huge war and all kinds of other stuff, and it's like if you'd waited, but they didn't. I don't really know what the deal was, so whatever. A lot less people would have died, but confusion, annoyance. Well, I mean, there's this whole power thing, two sons shall rule, kings shall rule, it's like, wow. And basically just a bunch of people pretty much just trying to battle it out for no reason. I really didn't get it. I was like, wow. Bad management, I guess. So, and then again, people were trying to attack my Berlin, my cities, but yeah. There's a lot of aircrafts in the world, so. Anyway. Interesting time. Everyone's going, Brian, my name's LS. My name's not Brian. Just for star. So annoying. I never should have made my name Brian. Of course, maybe I would have died. Who knows?